The name Velociraptor conjures images of formidable human-sized predators. We see them in films, their scaly skin glistening as they stalk through jungle undergrowth. These cinematic giants are depicted as cunning and terrifyingly intelligent, capable of outsmarting their human counterparts with coordinated attacks. They open doors, they communicate, and they dominate the screen with their sheer size and ferocity. This portrayal has cemented the Velociraptor in our collective imagination as one of the most fearsome dinosaurs to have ever walked the earth. It is a powerful legacy, but one that is built more on dramatic license than on paleontological fact. The reality, as is often the case in the natural world, is wonderfully different. The actual Velociraptor was a much smaller creature, an animal whose true scale is surprising to many. It stood no taller than a modern-day turkey, perhaps reaching up to your knee. Its total length from snout to tail was about 2 meters, or 6.5 feet, but much of that length was its long, stiff tail. Weighing only around 15 kilograms, or 33 pounds, it was a lightweight animal. This was not the hulking monster of the silver screen, but a lithe and agile predator, built for speed and precision rather than brute force. Its size did not diminish its effectiveness. In fact, it was key to its survival. What the movies did capture, however, was the essence of its intelligence. Fossil evidence, particularly the size and shape of its braincase relative to its body, suggests that Velociraptor was indeed a clever animal. It possessed a larger brain than many other dinosaurs of its time, indicating enhanced sensory processing and potentially complex behaviors. This intelligence, combined with its remarkable agility, made it a highly successful hunter in its environment. It did not need immense size to be formidable. Its keen mind and swift movements were its greatest weapons, allowing it to navigate its world with a deadly grace that was all its own. So we must peel back the layers of myth to appreciate the true marvel of this creature. The cinematic version is a thrilling spectacle, a monster born of fantasy. But the real Velociraptor is, in many ways, far more fascinating. It was a testament to the incredible diversity of life during the late Cretaceous period. It shows us that success in the prehistoric world was not always about being the biggest or the strongest. Sometimes it was about being the quickest and the cleverest, a small feathered dynamo that carved out its niche with surgical precision and remarkable intellect. The most striking feature of a scientifically accurate Velociraptor is not its teeth, but its feathers. Fossil discoveries, including quill knobs found on the ulnar bone of a Velociraptor specimen, provide direct evidence that these animals were covered in a coat of feathers. These were not the fluffy down of a chick, but complex, veined feathers, much like those of modern birds. They likely formed wings on its arms, though it was far too heavy to fly. These feathers may have been used for display, to attract mates or intimidate rivals with vibrant patterns. They could have also aided in brooding its eggs, keeping them warm, or provided a burst of speed and control while running. At the end of each foot was its most iconic weapon, a large, sickle-shaped claw. This formidable talon, which could grow up to 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches long, was held retracted off the ground as it walked, protecting its razor-sharp edge. For a long time, it was thought this claw was used to slash and disembowel large prey. However, more recent studies suggest a different, more precise function. It seems more likely that the Velociraptor would leap onto its victim, using the claw as a grappling hook to latch on. It would then use its body weight to pin the smaller animal down, a behavior we see today in some birds of prey. Its head, though small, was equipped with a suite of sophisticated sensory tools. Its long flat snout was lined with about 28 sharp serrated teeth on each side, perfectly designed for gripping and tearing flesh from bone. Large eye sockets suggest it had excellent vision, possibly including binocular vision, which would have granted it superb depth perception for judging distances to its prey. This was crucial for a predator that relied on pouncing and precise strikes. Its sense of smell was also likely highly developed, allowing it to track prey or detect the presence of larger, more dangerous dinosaurs from afar. The complete anatomical picture is one of a highly specialized and efficient killer. Every part of its body, from the tip of its feathered tail to the end of its snout, was honed by millions of years of evolution. The stiff tail, reinforced by bony rods, acted as a dynamic stabilizer, allowing it to make sharp, high-speed turns while in pursuit. The combination of its lightweight frame, powerful legs, sharp claws, keen senses, and a feathered coat made the Velociraptor a masterpiece of predatory design, a small but perfectly formed hunter of the ancient world. The idea that velociraptors hunted in coordinated packs is a compelling one, largely popularized by cinema. While direct fossil evidence for pack hunting is famously difficult to find, the theory is supported by some intriguing clues. The most notable of these is the fighting dinosaurs fossil, a preserved snapshot of a velociraptor locked in combat with a protoceratops. This discovery suggests it was bold enough to tackle prey larger than itself, a feat that would have been more successful with the help of others. Hunting in groups would have allowed them to overwhelm stronger herbivores, using their combined intelligence and agility to create and exploit weaknesses in their prey's defenses. Their name, Velociraptor, means swift thief, a title it surely earned. Estimates of its speed vary, but its long shin bones and lightweight skeleton suggest it was a very fast runner, capable of reaching speeds of perhaps 40 kilometers per hour or 25 miles per hour in short bursts. This speed was not just for chasing down prey, it was also a vital tool for escape. In a world populated by much larger predators like Tarbosaurus, a cousin of Tyrannosaurus rex, the ability to flee quickly was just as important as the ability to hunt. This agility made it a nimble and elusive presence in its ecosystem. The hunting strategy was likely one of ambush and precision. A group of velociraptors might have used the landscape to their advantage, hiding among low-lying vegetation or behind sand dunes before launching a surprise attack. Upon closing the distance, the attack would have been swift and brutal. As previously mentioned, the sickle claw was likely used to pin prey. Once the victim was immobilized, the velociraptors could use their sharp teeth to finish the job. This method would be particularly effective against small to medium-sized animals, such as other small dinosaurs, mammals, and lizards that shared their habitat. This combination of intelligence, speed, and potential cooperation made the velociraptor a dominant predator of its size class. They were not mindless killers, but calculated hunters, likely communicating with one another through a series of squawks, chirps, and visual displays with their feathers. The group dynamic would have provided not only strength in numbers for hunting, but also for defense, allowing them to protect their territory and their young from other predators. It was this social complexity and strategic thinking that truly set them apart and made them such successful survivors for millions of years. To truly understand Velociraptor, we must transport ourselves back in time to the world it inhabited. This was not a lush, tropical jungle, but a vast, arid landscape in what is now Central Asia. During the late Cretaceous period, around 75 to 71 million years ago, this region was a desert environment characterized by expansive sand dunes, rocky outcrops, and intermittent streams that fed sparse vegetation. The climate was harsh and dry, with extreme temperatures, a challenging place for any creature to survive. It was a world of sand, wind, and relentless sun, a far cry from the steamy jungles of popular fiction. Despite the harsh conditions, this desert ecosystem was teeming with life. Velociraptor shared this world with a diverse cast of other dinosaurs. Its primary prey likely included the sheep-sized herbivore Protoceratops, whose fossils are often found in the same geological formations. It also would have hunted smaller dinosaurs like the bird-like Mononychus and the small burrowing Oviraptor. These animals had all developed unique adaptations to survive in the desert, from the powerful beak of the Protoceratops used for slicing tough plants, to the strong legs of Mononychus for digging for insects. But the world of the Velociraptor was also filled with danger. It was not the apex predator of its environment. That title belonged to much larger carnivores, such as the formidable Tarbosaurus, a tyrannosaur that would have dwarfed a Velociraptor and likely viewed it as potential prey. Survival meant being constantly vigilant, using its keen senses to detect threats from a distance and its speed to make a quick escape. The landscape itself presented challenges, with sandstorms and flash floods posing constant threats. Life here was a daily struggle for resources and survival. It is within this challenging context that the Velociraptor's unique adaptations become so remarkable. Its intelligence, speed, and feathered body were all tools that allowed it to thrive, where many others might have failed. It was perfectly suited to its environment, a testament to the power of natural selection. The fossils we find today in the Gobi Desert are not just bones, they are stories written in stone, telling us of a resilient and resourceful creature that mastered one of the most demanding landscapes in Earth's history, securing its place as one of nature's most perfect predators.